Central Nova Scotia is prime lakeside cottage country, clean waters, whispering forests, and star-filled skies. Greg and Amy began planning a hideaway for two, but now they're building memories with a growing family.
Just a drop in the ocean.
But first, we'll visit the mighty Bay of Fundy, home to the world's greatest tides. For over a century, this former church ministered to souls who braved the sea. Now a humble cottage, it brings owner Kyla spiritual connection to both water and sky. Water, deep, flowing, mysterious, ever-changing yet constant. The inspiration of artists and adventurers, it's the foundation of life. We are drawn to it, to watch it, listen to it, immerse ourselves, and for the fortunate few, to live beside it.
This place is really special to me. And I just love the architecture, and I think it's so sweet to have a little church by the ocean. So when it came up for sale last year, I just jumped on the chance to own a piece of local history. So this church was built in the 1880s. I guess it ran as a church for a little over 100 years. And eventually it was sold to an individual who turned it into like a cottage, which is what we're sitting in now. I love the building, and I've always loved church conversions. Anywhere else it's just a building, but here it comes to life. So I call it the Church of Painted Sunsets. And I find that like when the sun is setting and you're here, like that's what you're worshiping, right? Whatever you believe in, there's something sort of spiritual about just taking in how beautiful a sunset is from here. I do consider this a community institution. It was built to gather people, and that's why I share it as a short-term vacation rental, because I think that this space should be shared with people. Obviously, when you drive up the road and you see this place, it's very commanding. It's architecturally significant, but also it's the center of the community. We have the lighthouse just down the way, and then this church, and those are the two icons of this community. You can find postcards from like the 1800s that show those two things. I didn't want to see it just be someone's cottage that they come one week a year and maybe it falls into disrepair. I really want to make sure that this building stays taken care of and loved by somebody in the community. I think one of the most unique things about this place is its proximity to the water and the sunsets. I also think something really unique about it is the age of it. If you go up into the upper part, you can see the old hand-hewn beams. The history that's here is what's really unique about it. It's not just a cottage. It's not just someone's house by the water. It's like a focal point for the community. I think the energy in here is really good. When you walk in, the space is so big and full of light. It feels like a sigh of relief in a way when you walk in. I think that's it. I think it's just a really calm place to be. I love the window right behind me here. It is the best view of the sunset most of the year. And there's a little love seat in front of it, so you can kind of sit there and get cozy. I think with anything, when you're renovating a historic property, it's very important to take that into consideration. You could come in here and you could have taken out all of the trim and made it super modern and hip, but I think there is a balance to be struck when you're talking about something so historic. I like that the trim around the windows is still here, and some of the single pane windows are still here. Even where the kitchen area is, the raised area where the pulpit would have been is still there, but now it's a kitchen. So it's striking a balance. You can still tell that it was definitely a church, but now it's definitely a cottage. So we have one bedroom and then we have 2 beds in lofts, and I think that's a really good use of the high ceilings, but yet keeping it open, because you could have had it as rooms with spiral staircases, but I think when you're up in those lofts and you can see the whole space, it gives it a certain feel, I don't know. The lofts are definitely one of my favorite spots. I like to sit up there and perch and just watch what's going on, yeah. I feel like this church is gonna be a work in progress forever. It's constantly inspiring me. I love it just as it is, but yet you could do this, and you could always do more, yeah. The property is pretty small, which was traditional with a church, right? They didn't need a lot of space. But I think all you really need here is the view. I like just sitting out in a chair and watching what's going on. I like the trim and the black and the white contrast. One of the first things I did was put on a black door. You don't see that a lot anymore. The peaked windows and the steeple, obviously, it's very dramatic. It's just unique, and I love that. The best view from outside is as the sun sets. So sitting on one of the driftwood chairs and looking towards the horizon is the best view. You can see boats out there. There's always lobster boats and different things. You can see the seals. Someone's seen a whale. I haven't seen a whale out the window yet, but that'd be nice to see someday. Being so close to the ocean, obviously wind and weather is a fear, but I continually think that this building has stood here for over 130 years. I'm sure it'll be just fine, but we don't have a lot of loose items outside, so the chairs are like big, heavy sort of driftwood chairs, and even the fences, we can't have little cute fences or anything like that because we do get some storms, and that is a consideration. I think watching the sunsets for me is almost like a spiritual experience. You're just taking in nature and appreciating something that can't be recreated. I mean, I know artists try to paint the sunsets, and I always say this when I take pictures of the sunsets, you can never capture how beautiful it is unless you're just sitting there watching it. Living by the water reminds you to slow down, I think. Definitely, I'm on my own time, which I'm lucky. I work for myself. Living here has made that even more so. Like, I'm on ocean time. I am not going anywhere fast. This place has changed my life in that it's helped me slow down a bit, and it's helped me come to know my community better. Also has given me the opportunity to share my community with a wider audience. I think Port George is really special because you just slow down. There's nothing to do here. You're not going to run to Starbucks when you're here. You have to slow down and make your own coffee. And you sit outside and you drink that coffee, and maybe a neighbor walks by and a conversation starts. And I think it's just given me an appreciation for a slower pace. I'm a nature person. I love to just spend my time on the shore, like looking at different critters or whatever is washing up. I have a lot of books on shore life in Nova Scotia and the different animals and the different plants. I really am into wild edibles. And moving to the shore, I was able to discover a whole bunch of new wild edibles that I didn't know about. I like to bring people to this small town. They would have no other reason to come here. They come here to see this building and to stay in this building. And then while they're here, they go to the little pierogi place in town, or they go over to Katie's printing press, and maybe they buy a postcard from her, maybe they buy some pierogies in town, and they would never ever come here if it weren't for the church. This definitely has the potential to improve the community. It can be a gathering space again someday. It'd be awesome to see craft markets in here and little live acoustic shows, and I think it could be really good for the community to gather here again someday. I definitely think that this building has spirit. A lot of people have walked through these doors. There's been a lot of memories here, but also just being wrapped in nature and wrapped in the water. There's definitely energy here, and there's definitely good vibes, as they say. I would consider this to be a place of worship. I think that you come here and you worship maybe something different than used to be worshipped here. You come here and you worship the water, and you worship the sky and nature. I think that you can come here and be spiritual still in a different way. I think that we have in our DNA an attraction to water. I think that from the time that we were hunter-gatherers, water meant life. And I truly think that we just have an innate draw to being by the water. It means life, and it means sustenance, and that's why we come here.
Oh man, we were looking for a place on a lake in the area, and that was a hard search. We just kind of looked around everywhere trying to find a lot we knew we would love to build someday.
We were looking to get into a lakefront property, and we kind of were looking at a couple in around the lake. Immediately kind of caught our eye. It was a nice little trail that kind of came down here, and they had trees and
It was
kind of
untouched.
untouched.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's like really nice.
We were just drawn to the fact that it's right on the lake. There's not a huge incline. The fact that the lake is beautiful. It's a really healthy, nice lake. We wanted something that'd be great for swimming and boating.
So we reached out to the property owner, and long story short, we ended up acquiring the land back in 2017.
We kind of had to use our imagination a little bit, because I knew I wanted, a big sand beach, and it had just a little natural sand beach. So I knew we would have to bring in a little bit more sand for the beach. And just kind of thinking, okay, well, where would we put a place here? Sometimes, when something's completely undeveloped, it's hard to really figure out where you want to put everything. We were trying to have kids for a while, and it wasn't happening, and we were just getting frustrated. So we decided, well, we want to do something for ourselves to be excited about, and that's why we decided to build the cottage. And sure enough, I think we were pouring the foundation when we found out we were pregnant with our oldest. So it was kind of like a no turning back time frame.
With the build side of it, we acted as our own general, and we just happened to work great with some great tradespeople, and they kind of helped us get a dream spot. I think the loft area probably was the most dramatic kind of space that we liked a lot. It's a nice warm kind of spot, and it's just peaceful to look out at the trees and at the water.
It's a great place to have a nap, curl up with a book, and just enjoy the view. It's just really peaceful up there.
I don't want to say we lucked out, but it did get kind of fortunate in terms of the way that the windows overlooked the water. Able to sit up there and kind of enjoy that quiet space, kind of overlooking the rest of the cottage.
For me, it was the kitchen. I spent a lot of time in there, and I open the window a little bit. You can hear the waves on the shore. When you're in there, the view is still incredible. It's nice to cook and just feel like you're still a part of everything, inside and out. I like the wraparound bench around the dining table. We can cram a ton of people into it for birthday parties and things like that, but it's also comfortable for just the 4 of us, so I like that. We have a nice big pantry, which I love because the kitchen's not super big, so we can put all of our food and our cookware in there. It's just great to have. I never knew how much I would love to have a big pantry until I had that one.
I enjoy kind of anything that's along the front here too, because you can stand, in the living room, you can stand in the dining room, stand at the entryway, and you feel like you're connected with the water. We purposely did it so you'd only be, kind of about 10 feet back when you're on the deck. And so right from inside of the cottage, you kind of have that illusion and that feel that you're actually right there as part of the water.
Right on the water, yeah.
There's a beaver that swims by every night at 7:30.
He goes out and does his work and then comes home.
Since it's been built, we've kind of been putting our own kind of touches and flares on it. So Amy can speak a lot more to that. We've got a lot of local art that kind of showcase the town and the communities around it, so that's kind of important to us. We're trying to find a balance between what's comfortable and something that's modern, but yet still when you come in, you feel like you're home.
I really like the cedar shakes and the black trim. I like the front porch a lot too.
The initial sketch that Amy put together were pretty comical in terms of...
It was on loose leaf.
It was actually not bad. I mean, it was hand-drawn, and our builder was able to take it, got into her head, I guess, and just kind of went from there. Planted a lot of trees. We really wanted to try and preserve more trees than what we did. Unfortunately, just the way that the tree clearing went and cut back a little bit more than what we envisioned. So every year we've been planting more and more trees, create that natural beauty again with the property. So we've done a lot of work with that kind of stuff.
Gardening.
Gardening, oh my goodness, yeah, we've done a lot of gardening.
I've been big on bulbs, find them very easy, so we've been planting a lot of bulbs every fall. All I have to do is tell them where to put them, and that's my work.
When I think back to 3 years ago when we first built everything, it just felt so infringed upon, and now it's starting to green up. The driveway's looking more natural. It just has such a nice feel. You can see glimpses of the cottage and glimpses of the lake as you drive in.
I love just sitting on the porch, having a cup of tea or a glass of wine, and just relaxing. I can see the beach, I can see the lake, and it's just always beautiful just to sit there. Sometimes when it's raining, even you can sit under there and just enjoy it.
We purposely did a propane fire pit and kind of created that area.
Beach and the lake and the fire, the view across the way. I have everything there that I need. It's beautiful. And in the evening, the sun comes down and hits it, so it just warms you right up.
Being on the lake, just taking a kayak, taking our 3-year-old out, enjoying. It's like a whole new world for him, so that's kind of the fun side of it too. Nothing beats kind of a nice, calm summer night. Yeah, just have that feeling of like, we're finally back here. And the whole family's that way, right from myself and Amy to our kids to the dog. I mean, everybody just seems to kind of feel their best when we're here.
I love the community around here. It's mostly local people.
It's great, able to be a part of that community, be a part of the lake community, and
The
really
person that
enjoy
did
it.
our excavation work and our landscaping, and he lives on the lake too.
Our builder himself was just a few miles down the road. The excavation company owner has a spot on the lake. The guy that did the plumbing has a spot on the lake.
Our son's birthday's in July, so we always have his birthday party here, and we have our family come over, and everybody just comes and hangs out outside and spends time here. That's probably my favorite time.
He's got a lot of toys that he takes down to the beach, and he can entertain himself for hours down by the water with the beach, either playing with the dog, playing fetch with the dog, throwing rocks with the dog. My brother-in-law's got him into fishing. Usually we'll just jump in the kayak and go out and he'll cast away. He's using a toy fishing rod. He thinks it's real. He's having a great time casting it, reeling it in. So by extension, he's gotten me into fishing. So I've now got a fishing rod and I'm learning how to become a fisherman a little bit. Being on the water, like whether it be kayaking or whether it be my newfound fishing love, I guess, with my son. Probably the best thing is just he's learned to swim here. He's got kind of a natural fear of the water. He's been able to kind of overcome a lot of that because of this property and because of here. So we took him for swimming lessons. He got used to it a little bit and then we kind of reinforced everything. So just in the water, getting used to it. And now he's I wouldn't call him a fish quite yet, but he's doing really good for 3 years old.
There's a lot of days, even in December when we're here, and he'll come out in his pajamas at like 6:30 in the morning. He's just down on the beach fishing. You know, it's great, just by himself, just fishing in his jammies in the morning.
Very at home here.
He tells us he never wants to leave. The lake is just a part of us when we're here. We're out boating, fishing, we're swimming in it almost every day. We're taking the kids down to play in it, look for tadpoles. It's just so beautiful, and I love that year-round, it's just a changing picture. It's, you know, in the winter, it's beautiful, a different kind of beautiful, and then in the summer it is as well, and especially here in the fall, it's my favorite time. We have a debate going about what we want to do next, because both of us have something that we both really want to do, and they're kind of similar budget. Mine is I want to put a propane fireplace inside. I want that for the winter, for Christmas time. Just put it right there in the living room and have something that just, you know, you want to gather around.
I definitely want to build like a little dock. Not so much something to dive off of, but something to kind of is a permanent structure that you can go out and sit on, eat, and kind of the view that you'd have up the coastline would be great. Check in with us in a couple years. Amy and I have talked about it in the past, and it's like if we had to, you know, sell our house or sell cars, or, you know, if something happened, you know, drastic in our financial life or our life in general, we'd always want to maintain this. We want this for ourselves, we want this for our kids in the future, and yeah, no, we feel very, very fortunate.
Well, I hope that the kids have it, and I hope that they love it enough that they never want to sell it too. So that's my hope, is that, you know, 50, 100 years from now, this is just still in the family. I think we have a lot of good memories here. You know, I remember being pregnant with our first baby here, our second baby. I remember bringing both of them here for the first time. Our oldest learned to walk here. He learned to swim here. There's just been so many wonderful firsts that have happened here. Before we had this place, you know, I thought home would be a certain number of bedrooms or, you know, a big kitchen, you know, but it's not. It's just about what fosters the most of a family environment.
We all desire to come here and love being here and never want to leave once we get here. So just the fact that we all are connected in that way when we're here makes it feel like home.
Every home has a story. Those living along shorelines often describe a connection to nature or a sense of serenity. Others speak of family and community. These experiences aren't unique to homes near water. Wherever we live, we are enriched when we make meaningful relationships with the natural world and the people we care for. These intrinsic emotional bonds are universal. They are the true essence of being at home.
Young lovers on this back road avenue, and this Saturday night I'm only singing for you. And if we had any problems, you wouldn't know it now. To think that we solved them, lying on the hood counting stars. We're just a drop in the ocean. No need to fix what ain't broken.